What's up, tutorial heads? Today we're going to talk about Instagram. Why is it dead? Why is it dying? It's been dying. It's been dead, actually. And in the meantime, we're going to be working on a quick sketch for my partner's characters. A couple of my partner's characters. The Meow Sticks. So, why is Instagram dead? Why do I want to leave so bad? And why have I left? Because I have left. I'm done with Instagram. I'm never going back. So one, mistreatment of beginner artists. So if you're a beginner artist and you post on Instagram, first of all, your posts are all going to get flooded out by AI slop and photography and selfies and just things that are easier to feed the algorithm because the algorithm rewards constant posting. So like if you post 5 or 10 times a day, it'll reward that instead of what the artist does, where they might draw a piece a day or a piece every other day. Or even if you're a beginner artist, maybe it takes you a week. I know some beginner artists that it takes them several weeks to finish one piece. And so you are just basically erased at this point by this website, because what it will start to do if you do not post once a day at least, it will literally hide you from your followers. It'll literally hide your posts from your own followers. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a follower system if you can't see who your following's posts, right? I mean, it's kind of like Big Corpo kind of stepped in and said, "Why do you want to see your followers' posts, stupid cattle? No, you will look at the recommended." So yeah, forget that. The other thing is the poor opt-out for AI. So there was an option buried in the documentation of the site where you could theoretically opt out of the data harvesting for the harvesting your art for AI. So basically what you would have to do is you would have to go through this long drawn out process and send a form in, fill out a form, and then you would have to wait 3 weeks for a reply, where they would usually just say no, fuck you, or whatever, So that's not, if you're not super into having your work harvested for AI, that's a big negative there. So yeah, and then the other thing was, I seem to remember some years ago on Instagram you could set your feed to show you your following. So you would see posts from people you follow. And this was very nice, and they for some reason removed this feature. So now you can only see the recommended. There is no more following option. You will only see recommended. That's it. There's no following option. So that was also stupid. And not only will you only see recommended, but if your person you're following who you want to see is not posting regularly, their posts will be hidden from that feed. So you won't even see anything from people you're following unless they are big shots. So you're not going to see any beginner artists really, unless the only exception to that is if the person you're following, if Facebook detects that you are in close proximity to them in any sort of real life or online space, then it might throw it in there. But it's very sketchy whether it's especially if you're like super into privacy. That's just a very sketchy thing, how it kind of looks out for who you meet on other spaces and keeps track of that. That's very sketchy. I'm not huge into privacy myself, but I could see that being a major security risk. So yeah, just the fact that it hides posts from people you're following. Like for example, I made a 1-minute reel of me drawing, and I uploaded it to Instagram. And I waited a day, and I came back. It had no views. I said, "Hey, mom, you want to see this video I made?" I showed my mom, and I took her to my profile to look at the reel, and she watched it. and she was the only view. So I guess I hadn't posted for about a week or so, so my followers were not being given my work at that point. So that's just it's not fun. It's not fun. I mean, I've been drawing for 16 years, and to post some work and have it get 0 views is yeah. I'd rather just I'd rather just not. Can we not? Right? So the data harvesting is the other thing. Like I said, I'm not huge into privacy, but if you are, this is a big no-no. They will monitor your activity on other sites. They'll monitor your activity on other apps and software through any apps you might have installed of theirs, or through online tracking that they have everywhere, basically. And they will sort of harvest your data to give you more relevant ads. Say if you start talking about buying a set of tires or a tire pump or something, then it maybe Facebook will overhear this conversation somehow, and then you'll start seeing our Instagram will overhear this conversation and start sending you ads for the tire pump. And I've seen it time and time again. So yeah, that's data harvesting. And then the next thing, the site does not work without their data harvesting app. So it used to work where you could go online in a web browser on a PC, and you could upload your video, or you could upload your drawing, or you could upload your work, and that stopped working. I also noticed the internet where I'm at right now, since we're kind of out in the rural areas, the internet's not the most stable out here, but we shouldn't get network errors every single time I try to load Instagram in a web browser. It's basically like broken, and every time I try to upload any image, no matter what format, no matter what size, it just gets like some kind of generic error message. So like, I have to use the app to upload my picture saying that I'm leaving Instagram. So yeah, there you have it. Can't use the PC. You have to use their app. So that's just a huge deal breaker. If I can't use my PC, which is where I draw all my art, if I can't use my PC to upload my work, and I have to use your like malware app to upload it, like, no, that's a huge deal breaker. It's just the fact that I don't want to take the time. Like, I'm trying to draw and create work. I don't need to add on to that extra layers of having to use the phone, having to use the app, having to navigate the app, having to make sure the app is happy and working. Like, no, I don't have to babysit some slop app. Like, it's just stupid. I can just use a web browser on a PC. I can just use Firefox with uBlock Origin. I can just use another website that actually works. So I will go ahead and do that, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, in closing, I'm happy to be rid of it. You do whatever the fuck you want to do, but I see a lot of fucking artists like leaving this site. I see a lot of artists I follow. They're almost all gone off of this site. I almost never see art from people I am following anymore. It's just like slop in my feed all the time. So yeah, I'm not telling you what to do. Do whatever you want, but I'm happy to be out of there. Alright, later. Peace.